Right now, 42 degrees. Traffic is brought to you by McDonald's. Start your day with 2 sausage biscuits with egg or a sauce.
Let me give you a little bit of backstory. So one of our members got nominated or asked to talk on the Bert Show. So that's why I'm here at 7:30 in the morning recording this video. So everyone else can see it and hear it, because not everybody's going to get up this early and watch it. So I figured I would spread the love and record it for everyone. So I'm still waiting for them to start talking. Kalito!
We bring the new guy in. He was supposed to rock the boat. Now a group of 3,500 people hate him and hate the Bert Show. Whoops. Yup. We gotta make it right in just a second.
Very strong word.
There are some groups of people that you don't even want to discuss on the radio.
They're very passionate.
Very passionate. You're not going to win an argument, and they come at you in waves. All right, the Le Leche people. I don't talk about the Le Leche people. You know, those are the women that let their kids breastfeed till they're 14.
Oh, God.
I don't even talk about those.
Till they're 14?
Never.
Oh, man, let's piss off another group of people today.
I'm poking them right now. They don't really. Scientologists. Don't talk about Scientologists, man.
You'll disappear.
They come at you from a whole bunch of different angles. It is quick, and it is.
It is quick. You're making it sound like an execution.
Like there's just a laser on Bert's shirt right now. He's like, never mind, I'm just kidding around.
And the hardcore bicyclist community. You want to really stay away from the guys that are in their, what's it called, the peloton?
I have no idea.
The guys that are like accountants by day, but they get together with a whole bunch of their friends and they take, like, it's almost like
nerdy biker gangs.
Sort of like they're taking over the whole road because they, not because they can, but because the roads are equally theirs as they are yours. And do not rip on those people, because
instead of leather jackets, they wear spandex. You see what I'm doing right now, man?
I do. And those are all Brian. Those are all Brian. Those are not me. And we can add, I think, one community here.
That we
also.
had no idea.
Didn't even have any idea.
Until a recent conversation on air.
Damn right.
Vapists.
What?
All right? People that vape. There's a group of 3,500 that went on Facebook and are so mad at Brian. This initial conversation all started, we were talking about Leonardo DiCaprio vaping at an award show. And Brian, him, said this.
It's the American Lung Association who is shaming Leonardo DiCaprio because he was puffing on a vape pen at the SAG Awards.
Why are they ripping on him for that?
They deemed Leo's conduct deeply troubling, claims that Leo exposed everyone around him to his cancer and other secondhand dangers.
You can't do that. I mean, smokers are going to stop smoking when they're ready to stop smoking, and no amount of pressure from any cancer organization or even a best friend is going to help that.
Well, one thing I agree with you. The only thing I would add is vaping indoors. Come on, man. Vape outside. It's gross.
I thought, see, I'm not a vapor, and I've never tried it, so I thought that was the thing that had no smoke.
It's just, it's what you exhale still, like, floats around for a second, and you can still get it in your face.
Secondhand smoke or something? Whatever. All right, then I think we had a more lengthy conversation off the air where you were throwing around words like cancer and stuff.
Well, I do think it's incredibly rude. I know it's not smoke. But you can't tell me there's not some bad chemicals that you can choose to have in your body all you want to. But don't force me to do it when you sit next to me and blow your vape in my face. I don't need that.
Scott Jones wrote to us on Facebook, and he didn't like that we weren't responding to him. That's what Facebook is for, right? This post with 82 likes, 58 comments, 10 shares, 15 other vaping-related testimonies and posts, 1 phone call request and an email, 1 unanswered email, nothing from the Bert Show except a single generic response copied and pasted to every post. Your show sure was quick to spout the word cancer when speaking of vaping live on the air, so why quiet now? I didn't really expect anything different from gossip radio. Ooh. Now I'm mad.
Bert is fired up.
I was just hoping for something different. Shame on you, Bert. Shame on you.
Sounds like my mom.
Are they right now? They're not mad. They're just disappointed.
They're shaming us, dude. Shame on you, Bert Show. You have over 100 lives shared here that are directly saved from the wrath of tobacco thanks to vaping, along with hundreds more via the elimination of secondhand tobacco smoke. And that's not even important enough to make you reconsider and have a segment on the air. All right?
Here's your segment.
You have been heard. And here is Scott, the original poster. Hey, Scott.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good. How are you today?
Good.
All right, set the record straight. I see vaping going on all over the place. I haven't done a lot of research on it
Absolutely.
before the last 24 hours, but now I have scientific proof. So what did you want to say to Brian?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that I am a Scientologist who rides a bike shortly before being breastfed at 40 years old.
Wow.
Oh, no, this just got really terrible.
So now I get to have another conversation with Brian off the air about some other things.
So, wow, we have definitely lost you as a
It's called the
listener.
How Brian's Wrong After Show. Let's do that.
All right.
Guys, it really wasn't a being mad thing. It's the misinformation that is easily spread, and I get it. I mean, this is a digital world where we have information right in front of us all the time. But this could be eventually probably one of the number one things that saves people from cancer due to cigarette smoke, due to what I did, which was smokeless tobacco. And it's easy to jump on the hate train when that's what is on, what is online, what is on the radio, what is on the TV. And us as a community, you're right, the group that I was in, and there's two of them. One is 3,500 members, another is 1,500 members right here in the Atlanta area. It's not about vaping as much as it is about getting people off of cigarettes.
All right, Scott, let me ask you this, because this is really going to come down to one very simple question for those of us that don't smoke and don't vape.
Right.
Because I see vaping going on all over the place now. Doesn't bother me at all. However, I haven't really thought about it. Is the little bit of smoke that happens during vaping, is there any kind of warning that I should have about secondhand smoke the way I do cigarettes? I already know that's going to jack up my lungs because there's so many toxic chemicals in that. If I see somebody vaping and I'm in the same room, are there as many chemicals in that smoke that it's going to affect me and my kids? That's the only question I really want answered.
Absolutely not.
All right?
There are studies that have been done that the emission from someone who takes a puff off of a vaping machine, the emission from their mouth is no more toxic or dirty than the air you're breathing right now in your studio.
Scott, I want to answer your question and back you on this because I'm not even a fan of Brian's anymore. All right.
Was it the bike comment? Was it that Bert, the Scientology one?
So check this out. I did do a little research because I was ready to back up either Brian or support you, whatever, right? Electronic cigarettes are 95%, Brian, less harmful than conventional cigarettes and could help smokers quit tobacco. That was a study out of the UK. Cigarettes create 7,000 different chemicals into your body. With e-cigarettes, there's no combustion. The good news is that you're inhaling a vapor that's got 4 or 5 things as opposed to 7,000.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think that's great. I think that if this vape pens help people quit smoking cigarettes and help reduce secondhand smoke, that's fantastic. But you just said 95% less toxins than a cigarette. If I don't vape, I don't want you doing it indoors next to me because I'm not choosing to have that 5%. I don't care if it's a fraction of 1% different than the air I'm breathing. I think it's rude to vape in a room with someone else and force them to breathe your decision making.
Go ahead, Scott.
And Brian, I agree with you, and the vaping community will agree with you. I'm not on the air to try to endorse what Leonardo DiCaprio did. I'm on the air to try to make people understand that tobacco, we've known for 40, 50 years, there are toxins, the tar, the combustion of the tobacco, it causes cancer. That's a known. Here's what the problem I had with the comment was Leonardo DiCaprio, though he was wrong, he shouldn't have been vaping in public. I don't vape in a public building. I don't go sit at Applebee's next to you and blow a big cloud across your food.
Thank God, because I'm trying to eat good in the neighborhood, and when someone's vaping next to me, my neighborhood is full of toxins. I can't do it.
But the thing is, there is no, I'm vaping now, I'm spreading my cancer to anyone around me.
Here are the conclusions, all right, of a CDC. The results from the CDC. Using an e-cigarette in indoor environments may involuntarily expose non-users to nicotine, but not to toxic tobacco-specific combustion products. So while it is way better if you're exposed to it, there's still some risk.
So what I'm hearing, breaking it down, your problem isn't really with Brian, it's with what the American Lung Association said.
Absolutely. And you guys referenced on Facebook that was where your
it was a
where
direct
your
quote.
argument came from.
Yeah.
And here's my problem with the ALA, the American Lung Association. How can you be an organization that's pro-public health and then attack something that is proven to help people get off of something that is killing them?
I still don't think it's regulated by the FDA, though, and I think
it is not. And there are many regulations that are being discussed right now. But again, you've got health organizations that wouldn't. It's okay if they want to say the scientific evidence doesn't make it clear whether it's used for smoking cessation and whether it's successful, but just to completely throw Leonardo DiCaprio under the bus and say that him vaping is deeply troubling. No, him smoking cigarettes was deeply troubling.
We hear you.
Him working to get off a cigarette should be encouraging. And that's the problem I have. And I think that's the problem the community as a whole has.
Gotcha, Scott. There you go, man. We heard you. You got your time. And I hope we settled it.
And I appreciate that.
All right.
And now I'm going to go ride my bike. Brian, meet me for a ride, buddy.
Is it tandem, or can I ride on the handlebars?
As long as you have your leather coat and spandex, you can ride the handlebars.
Yes. All right, Scott. Thank you, man.
Hey, you guys have a great morning.
You too. That was a lot friendlier than I thought it was going to be.
See, we can all get along.
You know, my question really was, because I see vaping going on all over the place now, and I just assumed it was healthier than cigarette smoking. It turns out that it is. I mean, it's not totally harmless. But if you're got to be exposed to the smoke of one or the other, you'll want to be exposed to vape rather than cigarette smoke. That's true. Okay?
True.
So that's true.
Fair.
Right, coming up in a couple of seconds here, you hate some songs.
That went all right. That went okay. I mean, could have been worse, right?